Hello and welcome back to the Whiskey Closet. My name is Kevin, and tonight it's time for another blind tasting. I'm going to pour these, and let's get started. A, B, dive into A. Give it a good swirl. Get the glass coated. Get the fumes going. Make ADHD whiskey proud. Whoa. Whoa. Holy smokes, Glass B is not messing around. Wow. Whoa. Good grief. So on Glass A, nose-wise, in the Cleveland Whiskey Wheat Penny video, I kept saying that I was getting this cucumber note, and that's wrong. I know that that's the wrong note. I have no idea why whatever this smells like is making me think cucumber. If I went and got a cucumber, definitely not what it smells like. Who knows why the brain comes up with the words that it comes up with. But I'm getting a little bit of that in here too. And then I'm getting a lot of baking spices. They're sort of married with that same weird cucumber note. Maybe like a light clove kind of thing. And then I think I would say maybe brown sugar. It's kind of like, on the verge between brown sugar and caramel, but maybe more in the brown sugar area, a little darker and richer and sweeter. It's a nice, very nice nose. And then the palate for A is beautiful honey, just a hint of spice, a hint of a baking spice, and dry barrel. And just when you think the finish is going to end in that dry barrel note, it sort of becomes a little effervescent and a little effervescent spice finish. It's quite nice. A little simpler and easier, but very, very interesting and very nice. Glass B, on the other hand, almost exactly the same nose, just stronger. It's like you took A and you just made it more concentrated and turned everything up a couple notches. But that intensity and denseness that it brings really sets it apart. It's noticeable, but it's not so much stronger, so much different that you expect it to be a big difference, but then you taste it. Oh, when you taste it, don't breathe it. Oh, I'm okay. Oh, I almost died on my bourbon tonight. Not a bad way to go, I guess, but I'm not ready. What was I saying? Tasting B. Oh, right, it's strong. Let's try again. It's so much richer and thicker. It coats your whole mouth. It brings honey, less honey than the first glass because it transitions out of the honey phase so much faster, and it gets into these nice baking spices and proof. And there's that balsa wood character that I've talked about before that I often get from toasted products that sort of underlies the whole journey through the glass. And then the finish is this barrel spice. It just tingles and it's a long finish too, relatively speaking. Very nice. Oh, Glass B is just at a different level. It's just, these are clearly the same category. I think they're probably both toasted bourbons, and Glass B is just turned up a notch. It's just very special. Really nice. So obviously I've got a clear preference for Glass B. All right, nose-wise on A, I'm giving it a 3. Flavor, a 3, and interest, a 3. Just all across the board, solid, good. It doesn't really jump out at me. I'm not finding anything in there that I'm like, wow, or I want to go back to. And so just solid 3s across the board. Nothing to complain about, but like nothing crazy. Glass B, on the other hand, nose 3. So even though it's kind of the same as the first nose, but amped up, when it amps it up, there's just notes in there that I'm like, it's not my favorite nose by far. So just a 3 there, but the flavor and the interest, I'm going 4s. It's just a much more interesting journey, that's for sure. And the flavors are significantly enhanced. Really nice. 4 out of 5 stars across the board. So glass A gets a score of 6 out of 10 overall, and glass B gets a blind score of 7.3 out of 10 overall. So many videos now I've always talked about how I should try not to guess, but this one was obvious. These are definitely toasted. I've said that before, but tonight I'm positive. I'm learning as we go through these blind tastings, and that's why I'm doing them. So glass A here is going to be Basil Hayden's Toasted, and glass B is going to be my NULU Toasted. So I'm going to go look them up, and we'll see if I got it right. I looked them up, and I got them right. Glass A, Basil Hayden's Toasted. Glass B, NULU Toasted. Specially crafted new toast charred oak barrels impart a unique flavor to this Kentucky straight bourbon whiskey, revealing layered notes of toasted wood and sweet caramel, always with the subtle complexity for which Basil Hayden is known and loved. Basil Hayden Toast. Glass B is NULU Small Batch Bourbon Whiskey Finished with Toasted Oak Staves. The Basil Hayden is, of course, 80 proof, 40% alcohol by volume. That's as low as you can go and still be a high proof and still be called a bourbon. All the Basil Hayden products are 80 proof. The NULU, on the other hand, is 116.4 proof and 58.2% alcohol. So no wonder, huh? Just like our bourbon whiskey finished in American toasted oak barrels, we use various toast and char levels of French oak to rectify our straight bourbon whiskey for weeks or months at a time. We are looking for a balanced, rich, and sweet toasty profile in this bottling. Enjoy. I didn't know it was French oak. That's interesting. That's kind of like Maker's 46. There's no contest here. It's incredible how good the NULU is. This is a really special pour because of how it tastes. It's also special to me because I can't get NULU in my market. I got this when I was visiting my brother out of state, and I was very excited when I found it on the shelf. I would have loved to get their bourbon because I hadn't had a NULU product before. They didn't have that. They had the toasted, so I picked it up anyway, and boy, am I glad I did. Well, there you have it, another blind tasting. Hit this one right out of the park. No question what these were. Very clear, super clear flavor profiles. Very interesting. Both of them very good, but that NULU plays on a different level. Thank you again for watching The Whiskey Closet, and I will see you again next time. Bye.